what if I told you there's a centuries-old blue dye that could enhance your brain, fight infections, and potentially extend your lifespan? This is the Biohacking Consultant, and we're going to get right into it. Welcome back, listeners. This is the Biohacking Consultant, and I'm your host, Dr. Farah Fatani. My career spans in both the clinical and operational sides of medicine in America and the Middle East for almost 15 years, and I started this podcast as an extension of my mission at FAF Advisory, which is to spread wellness and help you achieve peak body performance and longevity. So in this week's episode, we're discussing a versatile substance called methylene blue. Now, you may or may not have heard of methylene blue. First of all, what is it and why is it relevant to what we talk about here on this podcast, biohacking and longevity and health? Well, methylene blue is a fully synthetic compound that's had a pretty big history in medicine, which is interesting because it was first synthesized in 1876 as a textile dye. Somehow it found its way into medicine rather quickly, and it was one of the first drugs to be used to treat malaria. Later, it became FDA approved to treat rare blood disorders like methylglobinemia, which is essentially abnormal hemoglobin. And what the methylene blue does to that is it converts it back to its functional form. So essentially improving oxygenation. So it's great for your mitochondria. And that brings us to one of the things that it does is that it's a mitochondrial enhancer. It improves how our cells generate energy, and that's specifically through a process called electron cycling. Now, what exactly is electron cycling? So your body is full of little tiny power plants that live inside your cells, and those power plants are called mitochondria. These power plants make energy using tiny little spark balls called electrons, but the electrons have to go to a special path inside the power plant to make that energy. Now, along that path, sometimes that path is not very smooth or it's very slow. The electrons can't move properly. That means your power plant is making less energy and your cells get tired. What methylene blue does in this case is that it's essentially a helper that jumps in and gives the electrons a boost to make sure the electrons keep moving even if they're stuck. So that helping action in itself, where the methylene blue takes an electron, uses it, and then gives it away, is essentially called electron cycling. Another reason methylene blue is so great is that it's one of the few compounds that actually crosses the blood-brain barrier. And at low doses, it's been shown to improve memory, enhance learning, and even provide neuroprotection by reducing inflammation and oxidative damage in the brain. There's also emerging research looking at its ability to slow or prevent the formation of tau proteins, which are implicated in Alzheimer's. So methylene blue improves how efficiently mitochondria produce ATP, and it reduces oxidative stress, which can slow down brain performance and contribute to neurodegeneration. It also protects neurons against toxic byproducts of energy production and aging, and it enhances cerebral blood flow, which is precisely why it's being used as a nootropic currently in the biohacking community. Some also like to stack it with other supplements like NAD+, or coenzyme Q10, or even red light therapy. And why that is because methylene blue has a unique ability to become more potent under certain wavelengths of light. It also has antimicrobial and antiviral properties. So in some hospitals, it's even used to disinfect the blood before transfusions, and some research has explored its use in COVID-19 treatment protocols as well. So we discussed its historical and clinical use, its mitochondrial and cellular benefits, cognitive and nootropic benefits, its antimicrobial benefits. Now I want to get into its longevity and anti-aging potential. So how that works is that it reduces cellular damage. So methylene blue, what it does is it also lowers your reactive oxygen species, so your ROS, which contributes to aging and inflammation. And by improving mitochondrial health, which we discussed earlier, it also improves your longevity, because healthy mitochondria are central to longevity theories, like the free radical theory of aging, which basically states that aging is caused by an accumulation of damage that's inflicted by ROS, which are highly reactive molecules that contain oxygen produced as a byproduct of normal cellular metabolism. Methylene blue is also currently being investigated for enhancing chemo and radiotherapy via photodynamic properties. It also has detoxification effects by helping with detox pathways, although this is not very well researched yet. So now you might be wondering, where can I get methylene blue? What forms is it available in? What are the proper dosages? So methylene blue comes in several different forms. You've got the liquid form, capsules, sublingual, even IV form. So you're going to want to dose this pretty low. You want to do micro doses of this because high doses of methylene blue can actually cause toxicity, and you don't want too much of a good thing. So of course, the dosing is going to depend on your body weight, your goals, and what your healthcare provider says is best for you. Generally, though, you want to go anywhere between 0.5 to 2 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. And you want to adjust that based on how your body responds. And you always want to be under medical supervision. You're going to want pharma-grade methylene blue, and you want to look for third-party testing. So you want to make sure that what you're taking is, in fact, pharma-grade, pure. You don't want anything that may actually do you harm, like some unreputable sources like on Amazon or eBay or things like that. So you're going to want to definitely, try to get it at a specialty clinic and get the pharma grade third-party tested stuff. Now, you may not want to take it if you are on SSRIs or if you have G6PD deficiency or if you're pregnant or breastfeeding. So definitely consult with your physician before you experiment with methylene blue. So that pretty much covers all the basics about methylene blue and what you really need to know. And I would love to hear back from my listeners about their experience with methylene blue, if they've ever tried it. If you've tried it, please shoot us an email at fafadvisory@gmail.com. I would love to hear about your experience, or even if you've not tried it, but you plan on trying it. And just a quick reminder, we don't have a social media team behind us. We don't have any podcast strategists or any of these things that these bigger podcasters have. It's literally just me and a microphone. So your support via likes, follows, subscribes, comments, shares, all of these things really, really help this podcast. And you can follow us on any platform that's convenient for you. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube. Until next week, guys. Later!